Hi, welcome to Slay the Spider. I'm Jim B, and I'm the creator and host of Slay the Spider. Shares of the S&P 500 are called S&P Depository Receipts, SPDRs. Spiders. Slay the Spider means I intend to beat the S&P 500 quite substantially. There are three major influences on the movement of stock price, according to a study by Ben E. King. 80% of your investment success will be due to the movement of the sector and the market. Now you can view a weekly snapshot image of the market and the sectors. This is a snapshot from April 9th, 2021. The red arrow, pointing towards the 2 o'clock position, represents the market. The rectangles each represent a mini-sector. They are color-coded to the sector they represent. Healthcare mini-sectors are in red, technology is dark blue, financials are green, media communications are brown, industrials are purple, consumer discretionary are light blue, and all the others are gray. I've been charting this movement since 1998 over more than 25 cycles using this exact mix of 40 mini-sectors. The key to understanding the movement and what makes the cycle predictable are the psychological stages that investors experience as they go through complete market cycles. It rarely changes. These stages are on the outside border of the circle. The placement of the sectors and the market are completely data-driven. The interpretation of what to expect next is from my experience of going through the cycle dozens of times. I'm not always perfect, but the beauty of the circle is that it corrects me quickly when I don't get my prediction absolutely correct. I've learned it's okay to be wrong now and then, but absolutely abysmal to stay wrong when the data says otherwise. There are 16 points around the circle where there are identical patterns that occur. They are not all actionable. The names for these events are mine, and the location on the circle associated with each event only has to do with the market location, the market arrow on the circle, not the individual sectors. I'm just going to give you the names of these events, and as we get to each one, then I'll go into much more detail about what you can expect to see happen during that particular event. The first is the pigtail loop. Second is the toe dip, which is a dip and a subsequent rally. The 2 o'clock loop has a market decline and then a subsequent rally. The 4 o'clock loop has a market decline and then a subsequent rally. Then we have a final plunge where the sectors all gather into the green zone. At the bottom of the market, the 6 o'clock position, we're going up, start of a big rally, and then we have a couple of buy the dip events, perhaps 3, sometimes 4, but it's usually just 1 or 2. The number 9 is the parabolic signal, and that's when you can expect the market leaders to go parabolic. It's an excellent opportunity for options players. Number 10 is the red zone. When we start accumulating sectors in the red zone, we're getting very near a market top. And at 11, we get a market top signal, and 12 is the actual market top. First, in the health sector, the number of stocks on buy signals in healthcare and drugs both declined this week, while biomedical stocks stayed stable. In media and communications, all three mini sectors, internet, telephone, and media, all declined slightly. In technology, semiconductors and electronics moved down 5 and 10% respectively. Computers declined 3%, and software rose 10%. In consumer discretionary mini sectors, on the bullish side, household products declined 2%, and on the bear side, restaurants dropped 2%. Leisure declined 5%, and retail 3%. In financials, insurance rose 3%, while Wall Street dropped 3%. In the industrials, metals rose 2%, chemicals declined nearly 3%, and waste management rose slightly. In the other groups, precious metals rose 5%, textiles were up slightly, electric utilities declined as well as oil services and oils. Transports rose 2%, and gas utilities dropped 2%. 10 of the mini sectors did not move. 10 mini sectors rose with the indexes, and 20 mini sectors went lower. During this recent 2 o'clock rally, 11 mini sectors crossed from the bear side to the bull side. There were none this week, 0. Even as the rally in the indexes has continued, while it's certainly not clear a sell-off is beginning, it sure is showing that the early signs of the rally running out of steam. Overall, the score dropped from 80.4% to 79%, meaning that 87 of the approximately 6,200 companies in our database went from buys to sell even as the indexes rose during the week. This means the weaker companies are selling off first from our market tops. This is normal, and one of the keys I look for internally in the markets. What we can expect next is many sectors crossing from the bull side to the bear side. Tech showed the most weakness this past week, and banks are now done reporting earnings for Q1. Bank prices showed significant declines Friday, but we have yet to see new sales signals. I expect that to start very soon.
According to American military news, in December, Russia and China announced a new pact strengthening their strategic partnership. And the timing of Russia and China's warnings to the U.S. on Tuesday is a sign of their shared interests. On Tuesday, April 13th, Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov warned President Biden's administration against getting involved in Ukraine, amid Russian forces massing on the Ukrainian border. There are 40,000 troops in Crimea on the Ukrainian border, and there's 40,000 more troops on the eastern border of Ukraine near the Donbass region, and another 100,000, including armored divisions with tanks and rockets, on the eastern border. Ryabkov went on to say, "We warn the United States it will be better for them to stay far away from Crimea and our Black Sea coast. It will be for their own good." Also on Tuesday, Chinese Foreign Minister spokesman Zhao Lijian warned the Biden administration against getting involved in Taiwan. China's Zhao warned the U.S. against playing with fire by interacting with Taiwan. The following day, Wednesday, April 15th, China simulated attacks on a U.S. carrier while sending a record 25 warplanes into Taiwan's airspace. The next day, April 15th, Biden kicked out 10 Russian diplomats out of the U.S. and targets 32 more in sweeping sanctions against Russia. Now, if you look at these events in regards to what happened in 2014 when Russia took over Crimea, the Obama playbook was Russian diplomats get expelled, Obama refuses military hardware for Ukraine, Russia invades, the diplomats get replaced later, and Russia keeps Crimea. I have no reason to suspect Biden's playbook will be any different than Obama's was. So the invasion is going to happen. Paid subscriptions are now available. They're $15 a month on a month-to-month basis. On an annual basis, it's $144 or $12 per month. It's a 90-day free trial, and no credit card is required. Thanks for watching my Slay the Spider video this week. For those of you who are new, so far this year we've gone through about 8 of the events on the Slay the Spider Circle, and I called all 8 of them correctly. And for those of you who watched everything since January, you're welcome. See you next week. Thanks.